Hello my dear students, hope you all are fine and safe at your home. From so many classes we were doing permutation and combination. So that chapter is over. Today we are going to start the next chapter, that is chapter 12, Introduction to Three-Dimensional Geometry. Okay. So about two-dimensional you studied in 9th class and 10th class also. Can you tell me what is two-dimensional geometry? Yes, Cartesian system which we studied, coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry we studied in 9th class also and in 10th class also. But in 9th and 10th we dealt with only two-dimensional geometry. Only length and breadth are there in that. But now, including length and breadth, now we are including the next, that is height also. Okay. So, if it is length, breadth and height means now we are moving to a 3D mode. In some cinemas, you might have seen 3D movie. So, what is the difference there? In normal movie, only length and breadth is there. But in 3D movie, along with length and breadth, we have the concept of height, or we have the concept of depth also. So, that concept we are going to study. Not much difference between two-dimensional geometry and three-dimensional geometry. If you remember the formulas, whatever we studied in 10th class, then this chapter will be easy for you. So in this board I cannot draw 3D, but we can just check there how it will come there. Okay. So we know when we have drawn in two-dimensional, two axes we drawn there. X-axis, the horizontal line is called x-axis, vertical line is called y-axis. And what is the speciality of these x-axis and y-axis? Yes, they are perpendicular to each other. So always x-axis and y-axis, they will be perpendicular to each other. So in the same way, in three-dimensional geometry also, x-axis and y-axis already it is there. Now we are including one more axis, that is z-axis there. So in the same way, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, they also will be perpendicular to each other. Simple example, if you have to check what is this concept, you just check any corner of your room there. So in that you can check length is there, breadth is there and height is also there, and all these are perpendicular to each other. So x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, they all are perpendicular to each other. Now how we will draw? So normally we will draw in this way only. First x-axis, y-axis and in this way z-axis will come. But normally in some textbook it will be this one we are considering as x-axis, this one as y-axis and this one as z-axis. So all these three will be perpendicular to each other. Now coordinate of any point. In two-dimensional geometry we studied, if a coordinate is in x-axis, what will be its format? What will be the form of that point? Yes, format will be equal to x comma 0. If a point is on x-axis, its coordinate will be in this way, x comma 0. If it will be on y-axis, then we know its x coordinate will be equal to 0. So 0 comma y. And since it is two-dimensional, we are taking whatever, if we have to write the position of any point here, we are writing in this way only. Suppose it is 2 comma 3, means we have only two things, that is here, from here till here the distance and then from here the distance. But now what we are including? We are including the concept of height also. So one more variable we need here. In this way when we are writing, we are saying this is ordered pair. Ordered pair, because only two numbers are there. But when we will deal with three-dimensional geometry, we want three pairs. So that is called triplet. So any point will be on the form x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. And since three are there, that's why we will name it as triplet there. So just a basic concept first we can check there. So if triplet, any point in the plane will be of this form. Now suppose if the point, obviously coordinate of origin is, origin we are denoting it by O, and its coordinate is 0, 0, 0. Now because we are dealing with 3 dimension there. So if a point is on x-axis, what will be its form there? If a point is on x-axis, then obviously its y-coordinate and z-coordinate will be equal to 0. So any point on x-axis will be of the form x comma 0 comma 0. In the same way, any point on y-axis will be of the form only y-coordinate will change there. Rest 2 will be 0. 0 comma 0. If a point is on z-axis, then what will be its format? Yes, both x-coordinate and y-coordinate will be 0. Z-coordinate will be there. Okay. So if the point is on x-axis, rest 2 coordinates will be equal to 0. So this is about the axis there. Now if a point is in xy plane there. Xy plane means suppose if a ball is there on the floor. So from the floor height is not there, correct? So the ball is in 2-dimensional plane there. So in the same way, if a point is there in YZ plane. So if it is in YZ plane means from x-axis its distance is 0. So if the point is in YZ plane, then its format will be in this way. 0 comma y comma z. The same way, if the point is in xz plane, then how it will be equal to? Yes, x coordinate will be there, y coordinate will be 0, and then it will be in this way, x0 z. In some books, when they are writing the plane, they are writing y o z also, because origin is included there. Okay. Then next, in the same way, if it is in xy plane, how we will write? Yes, it will be equal to x comma y comma 0. So these are some informations which you should know before doing any question there. And now one more thing there. In 2-dimensional geometry or in coordinate geometry, we studied x-axis and y-axis together. They are dividing the plane into 4 parts there, and it is called, since it is divided into 4 parts, it is called quadrant. Correct? Quadrant. Now when we are dealing with 3-dimensional geometry, both x-axis, y-axis, all 3, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis will divide the plane into 8 parts there, and each part and 8 parts, and they are called octant, because octa means 8. Okay. So in 3-dimensional geometry, the plane is divided into 8 parts there. Now, how we can check what will be the coordinates, what will be the sign in each octant there. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. So here we will have x, y coordinate, z coordinate. Now I will give you an easy method to remember how we will check the point is in which octant there. Okay. And sometimes we are writing in this way, first octant, second octant, or otherwise we will write down the plane. So that also I will explain how we will write down the plane there, because we know if a point is on the negative side, usually we are denoting it by x dash there, if it is in negative x-axis. So in the same way here also we will check there. So now first what you have to do, z coordinate. In first 4 quadrant, make the z coordinate positive. Just write down the z coordinate positive. Okay, in first 4 quadrant. Now you remember the concept of our quadrant there. What we are dealing with in 2 dimension. In first 4 at present this is octant. So in first 4 octant there, z coordinate is positive there. Now when we studied coordinate geometry, we know in first quadrant, both x-axis and y-axis, x coordinate and y coordinate positive. So both are positive in first octant there. So in this way sign will come. Okay. Then in second, x coordinate is negative, y coordinate is positive. So x coordinate negative, y coordinate positive. In third one, both are negative. And in fourth one, x coordinate is positive, y coordinate is negative. X coordinate positive, y coordinate negative there. So this one already we wrote there, and this sign we are writing as we wrote the sign in two-dimensional geometry there. Now for the remaining one, what we will do? Take the z coordinate negative. All the z coordinates negative there, and then start with the same only there. In first quadrant, both x coordinate and y coordinate positive. In second quadrant, x coordinate negative, y coordinate positive. In third one, both are negative, and in fourth one, x coordinate positive, y coordinate negative. So this is the easy way to check the sign of points in each octant there. Now you just check here, x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate, all are positive. This is first octant, or if you want to say in plane, we will say in this way, x, o, y, z plane there, where o denotes origin. Okay, x, o, y, z plane there. Now in second octant you can check, our x coordinate is negative. So how we will write this one? X dash o y z. X coordinate is negative. That's why we wrote here x dash. Now check the third one there. X and y both are negative. So we will write x dash o y dash z. Okay. Then in fourth octant, how we will write down there? X coordinate positive. So x, then y coordinate negative. So y dash z. So in this way we can write all these 8 octant in terms of plane also. So usually some question can be asked in this way. Any point will be given like -1, 3, 5. Just tell me it is in which octant there. -1, 3, 5. So first only what you should do, just to draw the table in this way and just to check x coordinate is negative and y coordinate and z coordinate both are positive there. So otherwise you just check in this way also. 5 here, z coordinate is positive. So z coordinate we wrote positive in first 4 only. Now you can check this one also. This one without writing the table also you can check. We know x coordinate is negative and y coordinate is positive in second one. So it will be in second octant there, or any other. Okay, any other point we are writing. Suppose we wrote here 1, -2, -3. 1, -2, -3. So now here z coordinate is negative, means it will start from 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the octant now which we have to check there. Okay. So this we got there. We have to check from 5 only. Remaining 4 we don't want there. Now just to check this one. 1 and -2. X coordinate positive and y coordinate is negative. In which one it is coming? Last one. Correct? In two-dimensional geometry, x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative in last one only. So our last octant. Move to our last octant. So this one will be the 8th octant. So in this way you can check the position of the point in different octant. So is this clear how to do it? Okay. So now all of you write down the next concept that you practiced the questions so many times there. So next is distance formula. Next concept which we are going to study, that is distance formula. Do you remember distance formula? Okay. Just distance, first the formula which we studied in 10th class. Then we will write down the formula which we are going to study in 11th. Okay. So we know distance between any 2 points A, x1, y1, D, x2, y2 is given by AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. I hope you remember this formula. Okay, distance between any two points. Don't write this formula. This formula we studied in 10th class there. So distance between the points A, x1 comma y1, B, x2 comma y2 is given by AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. But now we are dealing with three-dimensional geometry. Now you write down the distance formula. Okay, so write down distance between two points. Distance between two points A, x1 comma y1 comma z1. Distance between any two points A, x1 comma y1 comma z1 and B, x2 comma y2 comma z2 is given by AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. This much only. One more coordinate we added there, z coordinate there. So this formula is clear. AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. Okay, so now we will do some questions based on distance formula. So already questions are there with you. I will read the question and then directly we can solve. So you can check. The first question is written. Find the distance between the points P, minus 2, 4, 1. Minus 2, comma 4, comma 1 and Q, 1, comma 2, comma minus 5. So we have to find the distance between these 2 points. So directly we can apply distance formula. PQ is equal to square root of, what is the formula? x2 minus x1. If you want, you can rewrite as x1 minus x2. No problem there. Okay, because whole square is there. That's why. If you want, you can change. So first is this one we can take it as x1 y1 z1 and this one x2 y2 z2. Now according to the formula, it is x2 minus x1. So it will come in this way, 1 minus minus 2 the whole square. Correct? 1 minus minus 2 the whole square. Minus into minus will be equal to plus. So what we will get here? 1 plus 2 the whole square. 1 plus 2 the whole square. Plus, next one, y2 minus y1 the whole square. So y2 is 2 minus 4 the whole square. Plus, z2 minus z1 the whole square. So what we will get here? Minus 5 minus 1 the whole square. Now we will just simplify it. After that, don't write this is equal to 1 plus 2 minus 4. Inside the square root, if it is a complete square, not in the form of addition here. If it is a complete square, then only square root will get cancelled there. So here what will come? 1 plus 2, 3. 3 square is 9 plus 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 will be equal to minus 2. Minus 2 square will be equal to 4. Then plus minus 5 minus 1. Minus 5 minus 1 will be equal to minus 6. And minus 6 square is 36. So we are getting here 36 plus 4 plus 9. Just add 36 plus 4 will be equal to 40. 40 plus 9, 49. So we are getting here square root of 49, which is equal to 7. So you can write here 7 units because here meter, centimeter is not given. So distance, some unit should be there. So that's why we wrote there 7 units. So I hope it is clear how to use distance formula. Now next question is, show that the points P, 1, 2, 3, Q, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 and R, 3, 5, 7 are Collinear. Collinear meaning what? Yes, the points are in the same line there. So if they are in the same line, so anywhere the points can be P, Q, R. If they are in the same line, in this way format will come. So addition of two lines segment should be equal to the third line segment. Not necessary that PQ plus QR only should be equal to PR. That will depend on the distance. When we will calculate, then we can check there. So if addition of two line segment will give you the third line segment, then only we can say they are in the same line there. Okay. So now we can check, we can calculate the distance first. So first PQ we can calculate. PQ is equal to square root of x2, just check here in this way, x2 minus x1 the whole square. So minus 1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1. So minus 1 minus 2 the whole square. Then plus minus 1 minus 3 the whole square. Just to simplify it, check what will come. Minus 1 minus 2. Minus 2 square is 4 plus minus 1 minus 2 minus 3. Minus 3 square 9. Minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. Minus 4 square is 16. So what we will get here, 16 plus 4, 20, and 20 plus 9 is square root of 29. So PQ is equal to square root of 29. So I am writing here. Okay. So we got here PQ is equal to square root of 29. Now we will check the distance QR. QR is equal to square root of, again, x2 minus x1 the whole square. So what it will come here? 3 minus, already this one is negative. So it will come in this way only. 3 minus 1 the whole square. Minus into minus will be equal to plus. So what we will get here? 3 plus 1 the whole square. Plus, next one what will come? Again, 5 minus 1. So minus and minus will be equal to plus. It will come in this way. 5 minus 1 the whole square. So we will get there 5 plus 1 the whole square. Next also it will come in the same way only. 7 minus 1. So it will be equal to 7 plus 1 the whole square. Now we will check what will come. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 square is equal to 16. Then 5 plus 1, 6. 6 square is equal to 36. 7 plus 1, 8. 8 square will be equal to 64. Now we can check here, it will be equal to 64 plus 36. 64 plus 36 is 100. So 116. So we are getting here 116. Now what we can do? We can just do the prime factorization of 116 because we have to simplify it. Okay. So first we can cancel it by 5. So by 2. So 2 5s are 2 8s are. Again 2. So 2 2s are 2 9s are. Now 29 is a prime number there. So inside the square root, if the number is coming in pair, they will go outside. We will write only one number. So square root of 116 can be written as 2 root 29. So we got here QR is equal to 2 root 29. Next, which one is left? Yes, PR is left there. So now we will check what will be the value of PR. So write down all of you. PR is equal to square root of, what will come? 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And what is 2 square? 4. Shall I write directly? No problem na? Okay. Then next. 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 square is 9. Plus 7 minus 3. 7 minus 3, 4. 4 square is 16. So we are getting here PR is equal to square root of 16 plus 4, 20. So 29. So PQ is equal to root 29. QR is equal to 2 root 29 and PR is equal to root 29. So which one is greater? obviously QR is greater. So just add there. PQ plus PR. What is the value of PQ? Root 29 plus PR also is equal to root 29. Root 29 plus root 29 will be equal to, it will not be equal to root 48. Inside the square root we cannot add the numbers there. If nothing is there means here we have 1. We can just add the coefficient which are there here. Okay. So 1 root 29 plus 1 root 29 will be equal to 2 root 29. And 2 root 29 is equal to QR. So PQ plus PR, addition of two line segment, if it is equal to the third line segment, then we are saying the points are collinear. They are in the same line. So is it clear how to check whether the points are collinear or not? Next question you can check. It is written, show that the points, name was not there, so I only gave some name there. Then only distance, when we will calculate the distance, then we can write AB, BC and AC. So we have to prove that these are the vertices of an isosceles right angled triangle. So you should know both the things. What is isosceles and what is right angled triangle. So first one, isosceles meaning, yes, two sides should be equal. And then right triangle, how we will prove? Yes, we will check whether it satisfies Pythagoras theorem or not. So first what we can do, we can calculate the distance. And AB, since in Pythagoras theorem, AB square enough there if you don't want to write square root. Otherwise, if you are writing, then also no problem there. AB is equal to square root of. Now I think the concept are clear. Shall I write directly? Okay. Minus 1 minus 0. So minus 1 minus 0 will be equal to minus 1. And what is minus 1 square? 1. Okay. If I will write in this way, no problem now. Okay. Then next one. 6 minus 7. 6 minus 7, 1. 1 square is 1. Okay. Then next. 6 minus 10. 6 minus 10 will be equal to minus 4. And minus 4 square is 16. So we are getting here a square root of 18. Square root of 18, just to simplify it, what will come? Yes, it will be equal to 3 root 2. Correct? Because 9 and 2s are 18. And 9 is 3 into 3. Then we will calculate the distance BC. BC is equal to square root of, what will come? Minus 4 minus of minus 1 the whole square. So we will get here minus 4 minus into minus plus. Minus 4 plus 1 the whole square. Minus 3 square. So that will be equal to 9. Then 9 minus 6. 3. 3 square is 9. Plus 6 minus 6. 0. 0 square is 0 only. So again we are getting here root 18, which is equal to 3 root 2. Then next one, AC. AC is equal to square root of minus 4 minus 0. So that will be equal to minus 4. So minus 4 square is 16 plus 9 minus 7. 9 minus 7, 2. 2 square is 4 plus 6 minus 10. 6 minus 10 is minus 4 and minus 4 square is 16. So what we are getting here, 16 plus 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 plus 4 will be equal to root 32. Correct? Root 36. Root 36. So we got all these distances there. Okay. So first one is we have to check here whether it is an isosceles triangle or not there. So just to check. Here root 36 can be written as 6 here. Okay. Now first thing we have to check whether it is isosceles or not. Whether it is isosceles? Yes, because AB and BC are equal. So AB is equal to BC. So we proved it is isosceles triangle. Now what we have to check? Yes, whether it satisfies Pythagoras theorem or not. So for that we don't want AB. Because in Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square. So we want the square of all the sides. So AB square. AB square, what will come? AB is, just don't check this one. Okay, check this one only. AB is equal to root 18. So AB square will be equal to 18. BC square is equal to also 18. And what will be equal to AC square? Yes, square root will get cancelled. AC square will be equal to 36. So just to check whether addition of 2 will give you the third one. Yes, AB square plus BC square is equal to 18 plus 18, which is equal to 36, and which is equal to AC square. So two sides are equal, and it satisfies Pythagoras theorem also. Therefore, these are the vertices of an isosceles right triangle. Now, next question, you can check here. Points are already written there. So, these points taken in order means all these points are straight, A, B, C, D, are the vertices of a parallelogram, and also show that it is not a rectangle there. So, first we have to prove they are the vertices of a parallelogram. So, you should know the properties of parallelogram. What is the property? Opposite sides are related to distance formula only. Okay. Opposite sides are equal. So, first we have to check whether opposite sides are equal or not there. We know if a rough diagram we will draw, it will come in this way only. A, B, C, D. So, opposite vertices means it will come in this way. AB should be equal to CD. DC should be equal to AD. So, first we can calculate all the distances. Okay. So, AB is equal to square root of, what will come? Minus 5 minus 1 the whole square. Minus 5 minus 1, minus 6 square is equal to 36, plus 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3, 2. 2 square is 4, plus 2 minus 0, 2. 2 square is 4. So, what will come here? 36 plus 4, 40. So, it is coming here root 44. Okay, root 44. If you want, you can simplify here. Otherwise, if you will leave till here, no problem. Because we are just checking whether opposite sides are equal or not. Rest any calculation is not there. Okay. Next, we can find out what will be BC. Square root of, yes, minus 9 minus 5. It will come in this way. Minus 9 minus 5. So, it will get minus 9 plus 5 the whole square. What will come minus 9 plus 5? Minus 4. Minus 4 square is 16. Plus, next one, minus 1 minus 5. Minus 6 square is 36. Plus 2 minus 2, 0. 0 square is 0 only. So, what we are getting here? 36 plus 10 will be equal to 46. 46 plus 6 will be equal to 52. So, we are getting here root 52. Then, next one, AB, BC. The next side is CD. Square root of, where is CD? Here. Minus 3 minus 9. Minus 3 minus 9 the whole square. So, minus 3 plus 9, that will be equal to 6. 6 square is 36. Then, plus minus 3 minus 1. So, we will get here minus 3 plus 1 minus 2 square, that is equal to 4, plus 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 will come, minus 2 the whole square is 4. So, again what we are getting here? Root 44. Then next, AB, BC, CD, AD. AD is equal to square root of minus 3 minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1 will be equal to minus 4. The whole square is 16. Then next, minus 3 the whole square. Minus 6 square is 36, plus 0 minus 0, 0 only. So, if you don't want to write, don't write. No problem there. Again, what will come? 36 plus 16, just now we wrote here. It is equal to root 42. So, first what we have to prove? We have to prove they are the vertices of a parallelogram. So, we have to show in the answer sheet also that we know the concept. So, you should write down there. AB is equal to CD. In wordings not required, just write down in this way. AB is equal to CD, BC is equal to AD. Therefore, ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Now what we have to show? Yes, we have to show they are not the vertices of a rectangle. So for that you should know what is the difference between a rectangle and a parallelogram. So what is the extra property which rectangle has? Angles 90 degree, but angles we don't want in distance formula. Any other? Yes, diagonals are equal. In a rectangle and in a square only diagonals are equal. So what diagonals will come here? AC and BD, they are the diagonals there. So if it is not a rectangle means diagonal should not be equal. So now we will check the length of the diagonal. Square root of AC, where here. So minus 9 minus 1. So that will be equal to minus 10 whole square is 100. Then next one, minus 1 minus 3. Minus 1 minus 3 minus 4 square is 16. Then plus 2 minus 0. So 2 square is equal to 4. So 16 plus 4, 20. So we are getting here root 120. AC is equal to. Now we will check what is the value of BD. BD is equal to, here we have minus 3 minus 5. So minus into minus will be equal to plus, here in this way. Minus 3 minus 5 the whole square. Minus into minus plus. So we will get here minus 3 plus 5 the whole square. Minus 3 plus 5, 2. 2 square is 4. Plus minus 3 minus 5. Minus 3 minus 5 will be equal to minus 8 square. That is equal to 64. Plus 0 minus 2. Minus 2 the whole square is equal to 4. So what we are getting here? 64 plus 4 will be equal to 68. Plus 4 is equal to root 72. So we are getting AC not equal to BD. Therefore, ABCD is not a rectangle. So whenever you are writing the solution, it should be clear what is the question asked. So from the solution only, just to check, I calculated the distance of all the sides. Opposite sides are equal. I wrote, but I haven't written in words there. I wrote the mathematical expression for that. Therefore, it is a parallelogram. And then what I did? I checked the diagonals there and I am getting diagonals are not equal. Therefore, it is not a rectangle. Clear? Okay. Next question is, find the equation of a set of points which are equidistant from the points A, 0, 2, 3 and B, 2, minus 2, 1. Find the equation of set of points. Equation only we want. Here we don't have to find out the value of x, y, z. So find the equation of set of points which are equidistant from these two points. So since it is three-dimensional, we will write down there. Let the point be P and with coordinate x, y, z. And what is the information given in the question? It is equidistant. Okay, equidistant means its distance from A and from B is equal. P is equidistant from A and B. Don't get confused with the midpoint there. It doesn't mean that B is the midpoint of AB. Midpoint will come if the point P is there in between the line joining A and B. So at present they said it is equidistant. So somewhere the point P is there. So what is the relation given? Yes, distance from P to A and P to B is equal. So information given is PA is equal to PB. To avoid that square root, what we are doing here? PA square is equal to PB square. Then the formula which we are writing, square root is not needed there because we did the square. Now directly we can write PA. So it will be equal to x minus 0 the whole square plus y minus 2 the whole square plus z minus 3 the whole square equal to PB. Don't write them separately there. Just write the relation and then start. Continue from here only. Okay. PB. So PB will be equal to x minus 2 the whole square plus y minus 2. So that will be equal to y plus 2 the whole square plus z plus 1 the whole square. Now we will simplify it using identity. X minus 0 the whole square. So that will be equal to x square. Here use the identity a minus b the whole square. Then what will come? Yes, y square minus 4y plus 4 plus. Again here it will get z square minus 6z plus 9 is equal to right hand side x square minus 4x plus 4 plus y square plus 4y plus 4 plus z square plus 2z plus 1. Now what we will do? We'll shift all the expression to left hand side there. So when we will shift the expression, just to check, x square will become minus x square. So x square and x square will get cancelled. Y square and y square will get cancelled. Z square and z square will get cancelled. That we are not going to write. Okay. So remaining terms only we are going to write. Okay. So x square, y square and z square cancelled. Remaining expressions. Minus 4y plus 4. Then here minus 6z plus 9. Then from here minus 4x shifted here. So that will be equal to plus 4x. Plus 4 shifted here. So minus 4. Then plus y square already cancelled. Plus 4y will become minus 4y. Plus 4 will become minus 4. Z square already cancelled. Remaining 2 are minus 2z minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we'll just do the addition and subtraction. Okay. And when you will write, first write the x, then y and then z term there. Okay. So plus 4x is there. Now just to check here. Minus 4y minus 4y will be equal to minus 8y. Then minus 6z minus 2z will be equal to minus 8z. Okay. So I think x, y, z terms are over. Then next 4 plus 9, 13. 13 otherwise 4 and minus 4 cancelled here. Then remaining is 9 minus 4, 5. 5 minus 1, 4. So plus 4 is equal to 0. If you want, you can cancel the whole expression by 4 because all the numbers are divisible by 4. Then we will get here 2x minus 2y minus 2z plus 1 is equal to 0. Next question is, find a point on z-axis which is equidistant from the points there. So here naming is not given, so we can give the name as A and B. We have to find a point which is on z-axis there. Then what will be the format of that point? Yes, x coordinate and y coordinate will be 0. So just write down there, let the point be P. X coordinate 0, y coordinate 0, z coordinate will be there because the point is on z axis. And what is the relation given? Equidistant. So we can use the concept now. PA is equal to PB. So again, to avoid the square root, squaring both the sides. Now continue from here only. PA, what will come there now? 0 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 will be equal to 1. 1 square is equal to 1 plus 0 minus 5. Minus 5 the whole square is 25 plus z minus 7 the whole square. Z minus 7 the whole square is equal to PB square. So again 0 minus 5 whole square will be equal to 25. 0 minus 1 the whole square will be equal to 1 only plus z minus 4. Then we will get here z plus 4 the whole square. Now we can check here, just to check. Here also we have plus 25, here also plus 25. So when we will shift this 25 here, 25 and 25 will get cancelled. In the same way, 1 and 1 also will get cancelled. So we are not showing the cancellation. We are just writing the next. That is z minus 7 the whole square. What will come? Yes, z square minus 14z plus 49 is equal to. Here what will come? This one already cancelled. Z plus 4 the whole square. So z square plus 8z plus 16. Now we can shift all the expression to left hand side. Minus 14z plus 49 minus z square minus 8z minus 16 is equal to 0. Z square and minus z square cancelled. Then minus 14 minus 8. So that will be equal to minus 22z. Correct? Then 49 minus 16. 49 minus 16. 9 minus 6. 3. 4 minus 1. 3 is equal to 0. So minus 22z plus 33 is equal to 0. Divisible by 11. So we can cancel it. Then we will get here minus 2z plus 3 is equal to 0. What will be the value of z from here? Yes, we will get z is equal to 3 by 2. Z is equal to 3 by 2. Don't forget to write down the point there, because in the question they asked point. So the point is 0, 0, 3 by 2. Okay. Next question is, find the points in YZ plane which are equidistant from these 3 points. Now just to check, the point is in YZ plane there. So what will be its x coordinate? Yes, its x coordinate will be equal to 0. So we will write down there, let the point be P 0, y, z, since it is in YZ plane. Now what is the relation given? Yes, all these distances are equal. It means PA is equal to PB is equal to PC. This is the relation given. So first we can take these two. Okay. So PA is equal to PB. I am taking first. Again, to avoid the square root, squaring both the sides. Now what will come? PA square 0 minus 1. So that will be equal to minus 1 the whole square 1 plus y minus 1. Then we will get here y plus 1 the whole square plus z minus 0 the whole square. Then we will get there z square equal to PB square, PB. So here 0 minus 2 the whole square is 4 plus y minus 1 the whole square plus z minus 2 the whole square. Z minus 2 the whole square. Now we can simplify it. 1 plus y plus 1 the whole square can be written as y square plus 2y plus 1 plus z square is equal to, here we will get 4 plus y square minus 2y plus 1 plus z square minus 4z plus 4. Now what we will do? We will shift all the expression to left hand side there. So when we are shifting, just to check, y square and z square will get cancelled. So that expression I am not writing. Remaining we can write down. Okay. So here remaining expressions are 1 plus 2y plus 1. Here minus 4 minus 2y will become plus 2y. Then minus 1, z square already got cancelled, plus 4z minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, clear? Now just to check, 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled there. 2y plus 2y is equal to 4y. Then plus 4z, 4y plus 4z. Then minus 4 minus 8 plus 1. So that will be equal to minus 7 is equal to 0. So we are getting the first equation as 4y plus 4z minus 7 is equal to 0. So I am writing the equation here. Okay. 4y plus 4z minus 7 is equal to 0. Equated first two. PA is equal to PB. Now we are going to equate the next one. That is PB is equal to PC. PB is equal to PC. So again, to avoid the square root, squaring both the sides. PB square is equal to PC square. Now just check what will come again. PB square. So we will get here 0 minus 2 the whole square 4 plus y minus 1 the whole square plus z minus 2 the whole square. Next one, PC. 0 minus 3. So 0 minus 3 minus 3 the whole square is 9 plus y minus 2 the whole square plus z minus minus 1. So z plus 1 the whole square. Now we can simplify it. 4 plus y square minus 2y plus 1 plus z square minus 4z plus 4 is equal to 9 plus y square minus 4y plus 4 plus z square plus 2z plus 1. Now we can shift all the expression here. Y square and z square already cancelled. Now remaining expression, if you want you can add these numbers. Okay, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 4 9, minus 2y is remaining and then minus 4z is remaining. Here also 9 plus 4 13 plus 1 14. So shifted here. So it will become minus 14. Minus 4y will become plus 4y plus 2z will become minus 2z is equal to 0. Now what will come here? 4y minus 2y. So that will be equal to 2y. Minus 4z minus 2z will be equal to minus 6z and 9 minus 14. So that will be equal to minus 5 is equal to 0. This is equation 2. So now just to check equation 1 and equation 2 there. So do you remember any method? Yes, equation, linear equation in two variables. Okay. So can we make the coefficient equal there? How we can make? Yes, we can multiply this equation by 2. Our first equation already we got 4y plus 4z minus 7 is equal to 0. Now this one we are multiplying it by 2. Then 2 into 2, 4y, 2 into minus 6, minus 12z, 2 into minus 5, minus 10 is equal to 0. Now what we will do? Yes, subtraction. Minus 4y, here it will become plus and here also it will be equal to plus. So this one will get cancelled there. 12 plus 4 will be equal to 16z. Here 10 minus 7. So that will come here. Plus 3 is equal to 0. So from here you will get the value of z. Just check, I think calculations are correct only. Just write down the value of z and then you can calculate the value of y. Okay. So all of you, please note down your homework. Your homework will be exercise 12.1 and exercise 12.2. Exercise 12.1 is easy only. You just have to check the octant in which they lie there. And then exercise 12.2, some questions, only 5 questions are there based on distance formula. Okay, so homework exercise 12.1 and 12.2. Thank you.